for depth.
Intensity is not a perfume.
Oh, mercy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Orioles just could not hang on in a deflating 7-6 loss to the Mets, and we're breaking it down here on MASN All Access Extra as we bring in Orioles Hall of Famer Rick Dempsey to break this one down. And Rick, we've seen the Orioles on the other side of a lot of games like this, coming back and getting a win late in a game, but it was the other side of things tonight for the Mets. They came down from 5-1 to eventually win this thing by 1 run due to some late heroics.
Well, Paulie, I'll tell you, it's one of those kind of things you learn with experience. And I've been there before so many times and given up those big leads. And all of a sudden you realize, oh, my God, how did they turn it around and win the game? Well, when McNeil hit the 2-run home run and made the score 6-3 at that point, or 5-3, actually, I said, uh-oh, they're going to come back in this ball game. And you just get that inner feeling you can't make mistakes. So going down the stretch, a catcher's job is to get a feel for that game. You know, maybe a lot of these young guys don't have that experience under their belt yet, but you've got to take it one pitch at a time. You got to remind every pitcher, because the thought went through my mind, Hunter Harvey was going to be in this game and Hunter Harvey might give up that home run. And that's what really happened, but after you've seen so many games like I have, you just get that inner feeling about what's going to happen and what you have to do to counter it. And what it is take your time, make sure Hunter Harvey knows he's got to keep the ball down. Accentuate your glove, say down, down, down. Don't give him a chance to hit the ball out of the ballpark. A single doesn't beat you, a home run does. So it's those kind of things, though, that you just got to get a feel for the game after being around as long as this old dog has been around.
Well, is part of it knowing your opponent as well? And because Pete Alonso, I mean, that guy can hit seemingly any pitch out of the ballpark, let alone one that's left in the middle of the zone. Should maybe that have been a guy that you try to pitch around in that situation?
Well, yes and no. You do have to start him off down in the strike zone. Yes, he's the big guy. He's the one with over 50 home runs. Cannot make a mistake. So right as the inning starts, you stand up behind home plate and you just make some kind of a signal to the pitcher, say, focus now against this guy. Because if you get behind in the count, we don't want to walk him, but we don't want to give him anything where he can take a half swing at it like he did. That wasn't a great swing of his. He just made contact, and it turned the ball game around for them. And, as time goes on, they'll learn these kind of things. And that's how the pitcher and the catcher have to be in total tune all the time. I'm not blaming anybody for calling that pitch. I'm not blaming Cisco or Severino or anybody about that pitch right there. I would never have done that. But they have to know to take your time and get through that inning one pitch at a time, because it only takes one bad pitch and you're down 7-6.
That's more than 2 decades worth of experience behind the plate, calling and breaking down that action as well. So we appreciate that analysis. Let's get to the offense here, Rick, because DJ Stewart, he stayed hot with 3 hits. Ryan Mountcastle continues to mash with 4 hits. These two guys back-to-back in the lineup tonight. What has led to their absolutely scorching past couple weeks?
It's called confidence. And you got to give the manager, Brandon Hyde, a little credit, because he has stuck with DJ Stewart. He has stuck with Mullins. He stuck with a lot of these guys when nobody else would do that. And he said, you got to go out there and let's see what happens when they get a base hit. How's it going to change their personality standing in that batter's box? You got to give some credit. Mullins has changed everybody's opinion of what kind of player he is. Plays very good defense out there. I thought Hayes was going to take over, but Hayes gets hurt. There's a great inter-team rivalry right now, Paulie, that is taking over this ball club. Everybody's showing what they're capable of doing because they want some of that job. And so this is how it looks. Mullins is doing a fabulous job. On the bases, he can make a difference. Stealing, we saw that. He can bunt. There's a couple guys. Velasquez can do that too. It's nice to have that little bit of speed that'll make a difference in the one-run games going down the stretch. But you're right about Mountcastle. He's got a big boy swing, a big boy swing. You make a mistake, breaking ball, fastball, changeup, you name it. This guy sits back. He uses his hands very well. He's very confident, very comfortable in the batter's box. He's a dangerous, dangerous hitter right now. And so young, and an Oriole couldn't have it any better, those guys. Well, you got a lot of guys. And then when Hayes gets going, you know he's going to make a difference somehow. But it's going to be really nice when everybody's pushing everybody for playing time. We got some guys, Paulie, that have already settled in, having good years. You know, Iglesias, Alberto, put the bat on the ball. Nunez, he's already established himself as one of the better home run hitters. Severino showing everybody an offense we haven't seen before. Solid, solid hitters. And then all of a sudden now you got Ruiz. He'll pick up the pace every now and then, get that big hit like he did today, that double left center field. Valaika, I like him. He's got a nice demeanor about him. He's very serious about every at-bat and every swing. You know, Cisco has really showed that he can put the bat on the ball at the same. We got about 15, 17, 18 players that are going to be around for a while if they keep producing like they are.
Yeah, the Orioles came into this game hitting .264 as a team. They hadn't had that high of a batting average mark for a season since 2009 for the Baltimore Orioles. So very impressive stuff. And then they scored 6 runs. Couldn't get the win tonight, but they lost 7-6 to the Mets, and they got another shot at the New York Yankees, this time on the road for a 4-game series starting tomorrow. Rick Dempsey, Orioles Hall of Famer, thanks so much for hopping on, lending your analysis.
All right, Paulie, you take care.